These lessons are recorded using 4K UHD video assets with aspect ratio 21:9 and 3840 by 1600 resolution, to mimic studio-wide films, and utilize ultra-wide monitors for editing, which is most efficient, or use 2 monitors minimum. You can use your own media with any resolution when following these lessons. We'll do our best to zoom when needed, best if viewed on a 4K monitor while learning these techniques.
The edit page has a variety of controls and effects that an editor might need and must know about. Let's start by re-examining the clip we applied the zoom to on the cut page in lesson 20 to 24. On track 2 is that shot which we zoomed into. I'll open up the inspector, and then I use the little drop down to show it full screen. You can see that I've got these transform tools. That's the zoom tool. It is zoom at level 1.5. Almost like 1.5. If I switch over into the cut page, reveal the effects and tools buttons here, and go to the zoom tool. In other words, they're the exact same tool, 2 different interfaces. Now back to edit page. I'll just hover to slightly adjust. Maybe take this a little to the right, resize it, and there we go. Or use the inspector zoom and positions and type precise numbers, or use the mouse and move back and forth. Also notice that I do have my overlays here. The transform overlays are available just like we had on the cut page, allowing me to click and drag and make these same adjustments on the viewer directly. Let's resize the viewer so we can get all the edges of these overlays. Now you'll notice that I'm doing an aspect adjustment here. Let's undo that. If I hold down the Shift key, it will constrain the proportions on that. We'll close down this transform, and let's take a look at the dynamic zoom. Click this little gray switch to activate it. It will turn red or on. Notice that the overlays are not showing the starting point and end point yet. Click on this overlays buttons and select dynamic zoom. It's starting from green and finishing on red, so it's starting at the widest position. I can go ahead and change this framing. Let's activate the inner frame and set this end position, and let's just adjust it. Or we can swap the start and end position first. If I don't like it at all, I can turn this dynamic zoom off from here. Now the dynamic zoom will be ignored. Go back, hit play. And now it's just a straight cut. And by the way, I come back to the cut page. Take a look at dynamic zoom, and you'll see that it's turned off. The inspector not only works for video, it works for audio. Let's click on any audio clip on the timeline. And now you see that the inspector now has audio controls from volume, panning, pitching, and then we have the 4-band clip equalizer. I can turn that on to become active. Now notice it's called the clip equalizer, not the track equalizer. Is only shot by shot, clip by clip. As I go to this clip, it doesn't inherit it. I have to copy and paste those properties. So what I'll do is select this clip, Ctrl+C to copy. Then select the clip I want to copy to, Alt+V. Now I have my paste attributes. What I want to do is paste the equalizer, hit apply. Finally, let's come back to a random shot here. Let's take this middle shot of the plane on runway. Click on overlays to turn them off, so we can see the effects we are going to apply. I'm going to click on the effects library. Mine is already on, so click toggles it off and on. Click Open FX. These all ship with Davinci Resolve. Some are not active in the free version. But let's use the Gaussian blur. Drag over to the clip and apply it. And you'll see here in the inspector, not only do we have video and audio tools. Now we have the OpenFX tool which became active. Click on it and make changes to whichever effect you applied. You can stack multiple effects here if I want to. I can bypass that effect by clicking on this little orange switch. Now it's turned off, and now it's turned back on. And that gives you a good overview of how to use the inspector here on the edit page.